Okay, the quiz setup again, and I'm going to talk about the high stakes versus low stakes. Now, staff have always sort of said to me, Devin, just tell me what to do. Don't give me options. Just, I want to do it. So this is more about being prescriptive as opposed to having a discussion about how it works. Okay, so in both cases, high stakes, low stakes, name. In the description, please include instructions. By this time, you've got 20 minutes. You can only do it once. All those things that come up in the settings below. Expand all. Okay, so low stakes, I don't think you need to do this at all. However, high stakes, I would suggest that you have both an open and a close time. Remember, the open and close time means students can enter the quiz and start. Yeah? And the time limit is possibly, 30 minutes, something like that. And I would say that open attempts are submitted automatically for high stakes. Low stakes, it really doesn't matter. The grace period, there have been some issues with the grace period in my past. It may have been fixed by Moodle, I don't know. However, I suggest open attempts are submitted automatically. So whatever they've done is just taken away from them and disappears, basically. We're not doing the grade book here, grade to pass. I don't think you need this because you should know what the grade is going to be. For high stakes, I suggest that you do 1. For low stakes, unlimited, and let them choose. And again, for low stakes, highest grade. High stakes, it doesn't matter because they're only going to do it once. But you could do first attempt if you wish. Layout, again, never all questions on one page. Then you can break it up later, as I showed you in the previous video, for both high stakes and low stakes. High stakes, I definitely recommend that you do the free navigation so they can go backwards and forwards and check it to make sure they've got their answers correct. And then question behavior, shuffle within questions, yes. Perhaps no for high stakes. And feedback is definitely deferred, so later. Okay, so the review options, this is when they get the information about their questions. So immediately after the attempt would be no. So everything is turned off. Maybe you want to give them the marks. Maybe you want to provide and write overall feedback, which is this one here. And you can give those grade barriers in the middle there. Later, while the quiz is still open, I would probably turn that off. In fact, I would turn almost everything off after the quiz is closed. And maybe think about just giving marks and specific feedback. The specific feedback is the feedback that you write inside the question. That might be the one that you want to give them the most for a high stakes quiz. For a low stakes quiz, everything. Give them all of it. Yeah, the more information, the better, I'd say. High stakes include a large image. It just seems to make students go, oh, somebody is watching me. For low stakes, to get ready for high stakes, leave the large image, and that would be my suggestion. Safe Exam Browser, this is a good thing, but you need the software, and students need to take the software home if they're doing it at home. Extra restrictions on attempts. I don't think you really need this a whole lot. Browser security, this has been shown to not work very well. Those would be your choices. I would, if possible, talk to IT about using Safe Exam Browser. And you will need to train both staff and students on how to use it. There's a bit of a process there. Okay, overall feedback, this is up to you. So you can add more feedback fields. So therefore you can make it between 100 and 80%. Here we go again. So between 100 and 80%, and you give them this comment. And then between 80 and 60%, you then give them this comment. Again, low stakes, I don't think you need that. Only the specific feedback from each question would be my choice. And in fact, high stakes, I'd probably go for that as well. Otherwise, you'll be writing things twice. It's up to you. Common module settings, absolutely separate groups for high stakes and low separate groups for low stakes as well, but for high stakes, definitely. My suggestion would be that if you have a quiz that's high stakes, I would make it not available, but don't show on course page and link to it from the course guide. Again, though, that's your choice. The other one is to hide on course page. So the quiz is made, ready to go. Students cannot access it in any way. And then when your quiz starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, unhide it then. The problem has been other staff members doing it or somebody opening it early by accident. That's always been a bit of a danger. Restrict access. You can, of course, as we've discussed before, you can add restrictions in this group, in this class, at this time. All very possible. But please make sure that you experiment with this first, run it past somebody else, make sure everybody agrees, because once you figure it out, it's not very complicated, but so many staff members sit there and go, I don't get it. So talk to others, have a try with something else. When you feel confidence for high stakes, yes, you can absolutely use that. Activity completion for the activity checklist, if you want to use that in lesson 9. Tags, I haven't talked about this in the course at all, but basically if you enter a tag, it just means that the questions are searchable. I haven't seen people use it because it's setting up a quiz is a lot of work, and this is just extra. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope it wasn't too prescriptive. Good luck. I hope it helps.